Have I got the 6-ingredient recipe for you? I do. As promised, it's a roasted pork loin with a port and fig sauce. It's extremely elegant, it's extremely easy, and it's very impressive. So you can make it for friends or you can make it for dinner tonight. Your choice. Season your pork loin. Now what you want to do, once it's seasoned at least 16 times, is sear it in a pan. I have a pan heating on the back, so a little bit of oil, little bit, not too much. You really don't need a lot because you're gonna put this pork loin in fat side down to start browning. You are eventually gonna brown all the sides, but I like to start on the fat side. And make sure you're using an oven-proof skillet because this whole thing is gonna go in the oven to finish cooking. This is a 1.5 pound pork loin that's been tied, so it's gonna cook really nicely. And you just need to brown all the sides. It'll probably take about 10 minutes total. This is the bulk of your work though, because then you finish cooking it in your oven at 450 degrees, and you don't even have to pay any attention to it. All right, now all the sides are browned. It can go into a 450 degree oven until it's 145 in the thickest part. That can take about 25-35 minutes. Meanwhile, you can prep your figs and cut up a little shallot for your sauce. You need 1 shallot, just chop it up. These are kind of small, these shallots, so I'm gonna use 2. Usually I have such huge ones that I only use 1, but you know, they're all different. They're organic. They're from the market. And peel them and then coarsely chop them. And then a 1/2 pound of fresh figs. Trim the top off, this little nub here, the stem. Figs should feel really nice and soft, and when you cut into them, they should not be dry on the inside. You might be overwhelmed by this. You might think, I don't like fresh figs. I've never had fresh figs. I don't know where to get fresh figs. I beseech you to try it, even if you've never tried them before, if you can find them. If you can't find them, why don't you try plums instead? I think that would be extremely delicious. You might want to add a little bit of sugar if you're using plums because figs are much sweeter than plums. All that's left to do now is wait. There's so few ingredients. The pork's still cooking. Come back in, I don't know, 20 minutes. 20 minutes has passed. Pork should be done. Let's remove it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Make sure that you leave your towel hanging over the end of the handle so you don't burn yourself, because remember, that's been in the oven. Guess what? It's hot, right? Take your pork off. You can let it rest while you make the rest of your sauce. You're gonna want to pour off some of this fat. See, there's a little bit of excess fat in there. Pour that off, you don't need it. You just need a little bit, just to add your shallots to the remaining tablespoon of fat. Turn your heat back on, medium-high or so. And cook your shallot until it softens. A minute or 2 should suffice, it should be fine. Then add a tablespoon of flour, 1 cup of port. Do you have port left over from some dinner party or a guest brought it over and you don't know what to do with it? Here's the thing to do with it. Woo! Look at that. Crazy. And then just cook it until it thickens enough to coat the back of a spoon. Couple minutes. The flour is going to thicken this sauce and it'll reduce a little. And the very end, you just stir in the figs and let them soften in there. Super elegant. I'm going to let that cook for 1 minute, and while I do that, I'm going to remove the strings from the pork. If you don't like that golden crust on the outside that's made by the little layer of fat, you could get rid of it, but it really adds so much. I love it. The sauce is ready to season. Add some salt, and then add those figs in and let them sort of soften in the sauce and infuse their flavor into the sauce and get all delicious in the sauce. I wasn't gonna do it, but I am gonna do it. I'm gonna slice it because it makes a nicer presentation, that's why. See, should I taste it? I'll do it for you. It's good. Oh, should I taste it in the sauce? Even better. All this for you. And then spoon your delectable fig sauce over the top and watch people gobble it up. It's delicious, it's simple, it's 6 ingredients, it's good enough for company, easy enough for a Friday night dinner. Give this recipe a try and let me know what you think.